Welcome to IAS Academy. Prior to the 2023 preliminary exam, we will cover 15 questions daily in a video. I have already uploaded 40 test series last year. So, let's start our session. Our first question is,
with reference to forced labor in India during the Gupta period, which one of the following statement is correct? It was considered as a source of income for the state, a sort of tax paid by the people. That is correct. So, her answer to this question is option A. Vishti was considered as a source of income for the state, a sort of tax by the people. In the Gupta age, the term Vishti referred to forced labor. Forced labor became more common than before in this Gupta period. So, her answer to this question is option A. Question number 2. Consider the following. Deification of Buddha, treading the path of Bodhisattvas, image worship and rituals. Which of the above are the features of Mahayana Buddhism? Her answer to this question is option D, that is all the above. Mahayana is one of the two main schools of Buddhism. The term Mahayana is a Sanskrit word which literally means great vehicle. It believes in the heavenliness of Buddha and idol worship of Buddha and Bodhisattvas embodying Buddha nature. It originated in northern India and Kashmir and then spread east into Central Asia, East Asia and some areas of Southeast Asia. Buddhist schools embedded in China, Korea, Tibet and Japan belongs to Mahayana tradition. So Mahayana Buddhism promoted devotional support, deification of Buddha, icon worship and rituals and treading path of Bodhisattvas. So her answer to this question is option D. Question number 3. Which one of the following is not a Harappan site? Options are Chanudaro, Kodiji, Saugura, Disalpur. Her answer to this question is option C, Saugura. Kodiji was an early Harappan site. Chanudaro and Disalpur are mature Harappan sites. Saugura copper plate inscription is written in Prakrit in Brahmi script. It was discovered in Saugura. This inscription is sometimes presented as pre-Ashoka and pre-Maurya. So her answer to this question is option C. Question number 4. Who among the following Mughal emperors shifted emphasis from illustrated manuscripts to album and individual portrait? Options are Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan. Her answer to this question is option C, Jahangir. During Akbar's reign, many manuscripts were illustrated, the prominent being Rasmnama, the Persian translation of Mahabharata. It was during Jahangir's reign that manuscripts became less important and individual portraits become more prominent. So her answer to this question is option C. Question number 5. In which of the following relief sculpture inscriptions is Ranyo Ashoka mentioned along with the stone portrait of Ashoka? Options are Kanganahalli, Sanchi, Shabasgari, Sogura. Her answer to this question is option A, Kanganahalli. Kanganahalli in Karnataka is the site with an inscription in Brahmi script reading Ranyo Ashoka and a sculpture of King Ashoka. So her answer to this question is option A. Question number 6. In the context of proposals to the use of hydrogen enriched CNG, that is HCNG, as fuel for buses in public transport, consider the following statements. Statements are, the main advantage of the use of HCNG is the elimination of carbon monoxide emissions. That is incorrect. HCNG can reduce carbon monoxide emissions, but it cannot eliminate carbon monoxide emissions. HCNG as fuel reduces carbon dioxide and hydrocarbon emissions. That is correct. Hydrogen up to 1/5 by volume can be blended with CNG as fuel for buses. That is also correct. HCNG makes the fuel less expensive than CNG. That is incorrect. It is expensive than CNG. Which of the statement given above is or are correct? Your answer to this question is option B. Statement 2 and 3 are correct. The blending of hydrogen with CNG provides a blended gas termed HCNG. The ideal hydrogen concentration being 18%. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Compared to conventional CNG, the use of HCNG can reduce emissions of carbon monoxide up to 70%, not complete emission. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. It also reduces carbon dioxide and hydrocarbon emissions. Hence, statement 2 is correct. HCNG also enables up to 5% savings in fuel efficiency. HCNG also reduces the engine's unburned hydrocarbon emissions and speed up the process of combustion. But HCNG is expensive than CNG. Hence, statement 4 is not correct. So, her answer to this question is option B. Question number 7. Consider the following statements. Statements are, agriculture soil release nitrogen oxides into environment. That is correct. Cattle release ammonia into environment. That is correct. Poultry industry release reactive nitrogen compounds into environment. That is also correct. Which of the statement given above is or are correct? Here answer to this question is option D. All the statements are correct. Agriculture remains the largest contributor to nitrogen emissions, but the non-agriculture emissions of nitrogen oxides and nitrous oxides are growing rapidly with sewage and fossil fuel burning for power, transport and industry. Hence statement 1 is correct. Ammonia occurs naturally in the environment from the breakdown of organic waste matter. Cattle account for 80% of the ammonia production and India is globally the biggest source of ammonia emissions, nearly double that of nitrogen oxide emission. Hence statement 2 is correct. Poultry industry on the other hand, with an annual growth rate of 6%, recorded an excretion of reactive nitrogen compounds of 0.4 tons in 2016 that is anticipated to increase to 1 tons by 2030. Hence statement 3 is also correct. So her answer to this question is option D. Question number 8. A digital signature is, options are, an electronic record that identifies the certifying authority issuing it, used to serve as a proof of identity of an individual, to access information or server on internet, an electronic method of signing an electronic document and ensuring that the original content is unchanged. Which of the statement given above is or are correct? Here answer to this question is option C. Statement 3 only is correct. A digital signature is an electronic encrypted stamp of authentication on digital information such as email, messages, macros or electronic documents. A signature confirms that the information originated from the signer and has not been altered. So her answer to this question is option C. Question number 9. In the context of wearable technology, which of the following tasks are accomplished by wearable devices? Options are location identification of a person, sleep monitoring of a person, assisting the hearing impaired person. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Here answer to this question is option D, all the above. Wearable technology is any kind of electronic device designed to be worn on the user's body. Such device can take many different forms including jewelry, accessories, medical devices and clothing or elements of clothing. It can be implanted in user's body or even tattooed on the skin. The most sophisticated examples of wearable technology include artificial intelligence hearing aids, Google Glass and Microsoft HoloLens, and a holographic computer in the form of a virtual reality headset. So her answer to this question is option D, all the above. Question number 10. The 9th schedule was introduced in the Constitution of India during the Prime Ministership of, options are Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi, Morarji Desai. The answer to this question is option A, Jawaharlal Nehru. The 9th schedule contains a list of central and state laws which cannot be challenged in courts and was ordered by First Constitution Amendment Act 1951 under the Prime Ministership of Jawaharlal Nehru. It was created by the new Article 31B, which along with the Article 31A was brought in the government to protect laws related to agrarian reform and for abolishing the zamindari system. So her answer to this question is option A. Question number 11. Consider the following statements. Statements are, the motion to impeach a judge of the Supreme Court of India cannot be rejected by the Speaker of Lok Sabha as per the Judges Inquiry Act 1968. That is incorrect. The Constitution of India defines and gives details on what constitutes incapacity and proved misbehavior of the judges of Supreme Court of India. That is incorrect. It is defined by the Judges Inquiry Act. The details of process of impeachment of the judges of Supreme Court of India are given in 4 Judges Inquiry Act 1968. That is correct. If the motion for the impeachment of a judge is taken up for voting, the law requires the motion to be backed by each house of the parliament and supported by a majority of total membership of that house and by not less than 2/3 of total members of that house present and voting. That is correct. Which of the statement given above is or are correct? Here answer to this question is option C. Statement 3 and 4 are correct and statement 1 and 2 are incorrect. A judge of the Supreme Court can be removed from his office by an order of the President. The President can issue the removal order only after an address by Parliament has been presented to him in the same session for such removal. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Proved misbehavior or incapacity are the grounds of removal. But the Judges Inquiry Act 1968 regulates the procedure relating to the removal of judge of the Supreme Court by the process of impeachment. Hence, statement 2 is not correct and 3 is correct. The address must be supported by a special majority of each House of Parliament, that is, a majority of the total membership of that House and majority of not less than 2/3 of the members of that House present and voting. Hence, statement 4 is correct. So, her answer to this question is option C. Question number 12. With reference to Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, that is AIIB, consider the following statements. AIB has more than 80 member nations. That is correct. India is the largest shareholder in AIB. That is incorrect. China is the largest shareholder. AIB does not have any members from outside Asia. That is incorrect. It has worldwide membership. Which of the statement given above is or are correct? Here answer to this question is option A. Statement 1 only is correct. The Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank is a multilateral development bank with a mission to improve social and economic outcomes in Asia. It began operations in Beijing in January 2016 and have since grown to 105 approved members worldwide. China is the largest shareholder in the bank, followed by India, Russia and Germany. So her answer to this question is option A. Question number 13. Consider the following statements. The United Nations Convention Against Corruption, that is UNCAC, has a protocol against smuggling of migrants by land, sea and air. That is incorrect. It actually comes under UNTOC. The UNCAC is the ever first legally binding global anti-corruption instrument. That is correct. A highlight of United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime, that is UNTOC, is the inclusion of a specific chapter aimed at returning assets to their rightful owners from whom they had been taken illicitly. That is incorrect because it actually comes under UNCAC. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes, that is UNODC, is mandated by its member states to assist in the implementation of both UNCAC and UNTOC. That is correct. Which of the statements given above are correct? Here answer to this question is option C. Statement 2 and 4 are correct and statement 1 and 3 are incorrect. The protocol against smuggling of migrants by land, sea and air comes under UNTOC. The three protocols of UNTOC are Protocol to Prevent, Suppress and Punish Trafficking in Persons, especially women and children, the Protocol against Smuggling of Migrants by Land, Sea and Air, and the Protocol against Illicit Manufacturing and Trafficking in Firearms, their parts, components and ammunition. Hence, statement 1 is incorrect. Returning assets to their rightful owners from whom they have been taken illicitly is included under UNCAC. Hence, statement 2 is correct and statement 3 is incorrect. UNCAC is the only legally binding universal anti-corruption instrument. A highlight of the convention is the inclusion of a specific chapter on asset recovery aimed at returning assets to their rightful owners, including countries from which they had been taken illicitly. The UNODC's mission is to contribute to global peace and security, human rights and development by making the world safer from drugs, crime, corruption and terrorism. UNODC is mandated by its member states to assist in the implementation of both conventions such as UNCAC and UNTOC. Hence, statement 4 is correct. So, her answer to this question is option C. 14. The money multiplier in an economy increases with which one of the following? Options are increase in CRR, increase in banking habit of the population, increase in SLR, increase in population of the country. The answer to this question is option B, increase in banking habit of the population. The money multiplier is a term in monetary economics that is a phenomenon of creating money in the economy in the form of credit creation. Or simply, it can be stated that the maximum amount of money that the banking system generates with each rupees of reserve. So, more the people will be linked with the banking system or have the habit of banking, more will be the money in use in the form of loans, credits, etc. That results an increase in economic activity. This will directly help in increasing money multiplier in an economy. The amount of money that should be kept by commercial banks in the reserve for withdrawal purpose by the customers is referred to as reserve ratio or cash reserve ratio. It means that if the reserve ratio is higher, then the money multiplier will be lower and the banks need to keep more reserves. As a result, they will not be able to lend more money to individuals and business. So, increase in banking habit of the population will increase money multiplier in an economy. Question number 15. The economic cost of food grains to the Food Corporation of India is minimum support price and bonus paid to the farmers plus options are transportation cost only, interest cost only, procurement incidentals and distribution cost, procurement incidentals and charges for godowns. The answer to this question is option C, procurement, incidentals, and distribution cost. Economic cost is the total cost to FCI. It consists of acquisition cost and distribution cost. Acquisition cost consists of minimum support price plus procurement incident cost. Procurement incidents are expense incurred during procurement till the food grains reach the first point of go down. The elements are state taxes, commission to societies, bagging materials, mandi labor, transportation from mandi to depot, etc. So her answer to this question is option C.
So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. We will continue with the next essay tomorrow.